Dragon Sword power!
Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicleknight channel. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place for you to get Pokemon TCG code cards. Are you looking to complete your card collection online for the latest set? PTCGO has everything you need. And please remember to use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so that you can get a 5% discount. Please enjoy the discount and your purchase directly supports the content I create in this channel. Thank you guys so much for your support and for your supporting PTCGO. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Regidrago VStar from the Silver Tempest expansion set. Now, this Pokemon is very unique. It is because Regidrago VStar has the attack Apex Dragon. You can choose any attack from any Dragon type Pokemon in your discard pile and use it as this attack. Yes, regardless of the energy cost of the attack you chose to copy, it will always cost 2 grass and 1 fire energy for this Regidrago VStar. However, energizing Regidrago VStar will be your biggest challenge. In this particular build though, I'll be using this Klinklang with the ability Triple Gears. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you can search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. While this is a stage 2, setting it up is actually not as hard as it looks. As long as you can set up a Klink in your bench early game, the next step will be just to get your rare candy and its evolution, Klinklang. One option we have is to use the support card, Peony. If you use this though, you have to discard your entire hand, but then this will allow you to search your deck for up to 2 trainer cards and put them into your hand. So with this, you can search your deck for a rare candy and an evolution incense, thus allowing you to evolve into Klinklang. And I did add 1 copy of Kricketune-V in this build, so that while our Peony will leave us with an empty hand, we can use Kricketune-V's ability, Exciting Stage. Once during your turn, you can draw cards until you have 3 in your hand. And if this Pokemon happens to be in the active spot, you can draw until you have 4 cards instead. And to ensure that you can set up and fully energize your Pokemon, Regidrago VStar's V-Star power ability, Legacy Star, really helps. During your turn, you may discard the top 7 cards of your deck, and after doing so, you can then choose any 2 cards that is already in your discard pile and then put them into your hand. So not only can this help discard your Dragon type Pokemon cards, it can potentially allow you to get the 2 cards you need to fully set up your board. And I also have 1 copy of Pokestop Stadium. Once during your turn, you can discard the top 3 cards of your deck, and if any of them are item cards, you put those into your hand instead. Hopefully, this can get you the rare candy you need to evolve into Klinklang. If all else fails though, you really just need to draw into the cards you need. Professor's Research helps to discard your hand and then draw 7 cards. And Zinnia's Resolve is really good too. To use this card, you have to discard 2 cards from your hand, after which you can draw as much cards as there are Pokemon your opponent has in play. So now with Regidrago VStar fully energized, let's now take a look at some of the Dragon type Pokemon we have in this deck so that we can copy their attacks. The first attack you'll be using most of the time is Duraludon VMAX's G-Max Pulverization attack. Not only does it deal 220 damage, it is also unblockable. The second attack we'll be copying is Hisuian Goodra VStar's Rolling Iron attack. It deals 200 damage, but then during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 80 less damage. The third one is Garchomp V's Sonic Strike attack, which is really awesome. You do have to discard 3 energies, but this attack allows you to deal 220 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon anywhere on the board, which is a really strong sniping option. The fourth one is Latias's Dyna Barrier attack. You only deal 70 damage, however it does give you an edge against VMAX matchups, because you can prevent all attack damage from a VMAX Pokemon done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. The fifth one is Appleton's Thick Mucus attack, which deals 70 damage times the number of special energy cards attached to your opponent's Pokemon. And finally, Dragonite's Energy Hurricane attack will deal 180 damage, but you can also search your deck for 3 basic energy cards and then attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. This is a great follow-up attack so that you can set up and fully energize another Regidrago VStar. And you can actually attack with Regidrago V as well. Its first attack I think is horrible. For 1 colorless energy, Celestial Roar makes you discard the top 3 cards of your deck, and if any of those are energy cards, you attach them to this Pokemon. This rarely worked for me, so I would not recommend relying on this one to energize Regidrago. But its second attack is pretty decent. For 2 grass and 1 fire energy, Dragon Laser deals 130 damage, and then you can also deal 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So those are pretty much all of the attacks available to us in this deck, but here are actually some other notable Pokemon that I wish I could still fit in this deck too, but I just had no more room for them. This Flapple is really good because of its Acidic Mucus attack, which deals 50 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play that has an ability. Giratina VStar is also good, more for its attack Lost Impact, which pretty much one hit knocks out any V-Star Pokemon in the game, dealing 280 damage. However, you do lose 2 energies attached to this Pokemon into the Lost Zone. Noivern is also really interesting because of its Radiant Hunt attack. It simply knocks out one of your opponent's Radiant Pokemon. If you just need that one last price card, this could be the way to do it. There's also Flygon V's Draconic Impulse attack, which can deal up to 320 damage when going against a VMAX Pokemon. And there's really so much more, but those are just a few of the ones that are on the top of my list. Because I am going for a more defensive route to the strategy of this build, I am using Radiant Serena more for its Elegant Heal ability. Once during your turn, you may heal 20 damage from each of your Pokemon. Regidrago VStar is a really fun deck to play. The fact that you can copy any dragon type attacks, you can pretty much make up any combination you want. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description, and now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Regidrago VStar. Alright, let's get right into our first match. My opponent's gonna go first, and both of us will mulligan. And we're gonna start this one with a Regidrago to go in our active spot, which I don't really mind. But what's important is that we have Klink to set up on our bench, and that's almost very important or very essential to the strategy of this build, because setting up your Klink and then we can evolve on our turn 2 and fully energize into our Regidrago VStar is very, very important, because if we don't set that up to fully energize our main attacker, we'll be left with us having to attach 1 energy at a time if we have them available. And a few turns to give to our opponent might mean our losing the game, because in the current meta right now, being able to set up as early as turn 1 or turn 2 can mean getting as much prize cards as you can when you start knocking out your opponent. And we are actually going up against Mew VMAX build, and as you know, it has a very strong, fast setup. And this Cramomatic, man, it always gets heads. What's the point of the coin flip? They should just remove that coin flip aspect to it and just discard 1 card and get anything from your deck, you know? Battle VIP pass. So Mew VMAX can even deal a 1-hit knockout with a Meloetta setup, dealing 200 plus damage, and they could easily knock out a Regidrago V during this turn. But oddly enough, they have a Manaphy, and they're just gonna pass. Okay, so we might be able to survive an attack depending on how well they draw in their next turn. But for now, let's use our Quick Ball. We can start discarding one of our cards. I think Appleton could be good with this matchup too, especially if my opponent uses a lot of special energies. But I think I'm gonna go with Duraludon. That's a guaranteed 220 damage, and I'm just gonna set up another Regidrago because I'm not sure if my opponent will be able to set up and knock out our active. At least we'll have another backup attacker. We will lose 2 prizes for that, but we can evolve into a Regidrago VStar on our next turn. We can use its ability, discard the top 7 cards of our deck, and then hopefully we can set up and evolve into a Klinklang to fully energize our Regidrago. But they're just gonna energize their Mew V, and on our second turn we might be able to set up our Klinklang here. So I'm just gonna use Legacy Star because we have really nothing in our hand. See what we get here. We have a Klinklang discarded. Xenia's Resolve can also help us to draw extra cards, but Pokestop can also help us get an item card that we need. So I think I'm gonna go with the Pokestop. Klinklang is good too. If we can only get, I think I need to use Professor's Research because getting the top 3 cards is not a guaranteed if I'm gonna get the rare candy. So I'll just evolve this one put this there too. Use Professor's Research. Okay. Evolution Incense and Ultra Ball is good. And we got Rare Candy from Pokestop. Dude, that's it. So let's use Evolution Incense, Rare Candy into Klinklang. Now we can get 3 energies. This is turn 2, guys. Turn 2, fully set up our Regidrago VStar in the active spot. And with their Mew V not evolved, we can actually use Gudra VStar's attack and even be able to get a high defense here. So I'm just gonna do that. 200 damage to knock out their Mew V, and then we also have 80 defense on our opponent's turn. And we got a Cricket Tune from our prizes. So our setup is looking good here. And usually I would have 2 Regidrago VStar set up, and then I would actually sacrifice 1 Regidrago V in the discard pile, because 130 damage plus 30 bench damage can be effective in some matchup. So I do tend to put 1 Regidrago V in the discard pile. But this matchup, we can actually use our Latias to negate any of Mew VMAX's attack. But Mew VMAX can also get through our defenses, because Max Miracle attack is actually unblockable, just like Duraludon VMAX's attack. But it only hits for 130 damage, so our Regidrago will definitely survive 2 attacks if we copy Latias's attack. But as it is, like I said, setting up early is very essential, because now you see how detrimental it is to our opponent not being able to set up, and they are able to set up 1 other Mew, but we can just continue to knock out their Pokemon. And I'm just gonna discard this Latias and then get my Radiant Serena to heal later on. But we're just gonna use our Rolling Iron for another 200 damage and 80 defense during our turn. And at this point, I think my opponent will just have to give up here. And with Manaphy protecting the bench, we can't really use Garchomp's attack to get that. But there's the scoop. Okay. Alright, I'll take it. Good game. Alright, let's move on to our next match. This time we're going to go first. And we're going to start this one with a Snorlax in the active spot. Just really good. Okay. Let's go ahead and use our Hisuian Heavy Ball first. We have Duraludon and also our Appleton Prized, which could be a big deal against this matchup. Then I'm just going to get Gudra V, I think. And then I'm just going to Gormandize for 1. Okay, that's not good because we want to set up our Regidrago V. At least my opponent, I hope my opponent will not be able to attack this turn. But, okay, they put a Zigzagoon on their bench with a Battle VIP pass. Okay. Galarian Slowbro V, alright. Free Poison. But, yeah, Eternatus VMAX has been showing up lately, which is pretty cool. I personally like Eternatus VMAX, but there's just so many counters to it already that it's so hard to play the game in the format. But at least we were able to draw 4 cards with Zinnia's Resolve while being able to discard those 2 Dragon-type Pokemon. I think I'm going to get Dragonite here, and then I can discard that. And also, I mean, I could spare a Regidrago VStar. I already have 1 in my hand, and let's see, should I start? I think I could go with the Regidrago V. And then I'll attach this energy. I'm just gonna Gormandize. So we'll have to hopefully set up a few Regidrago V and then We need to set up our Klinklang as soon as possible because this is really bad. If my opponent is able to evolve into Eternatus VMAX, and if they have the energy to start attacking, our setup is really bad. We need more Pokemon to be able to set up here. So there's the Eternatus VMAX. They can attack for a lot of damage. 130. I mean, 130 is still... I mean, it's not that bad, I guess. We can survive an attack here, as long as they don't set up any other Pokemon on their bench. But we can evolve, and then... with no energies, though, on Regidrago VStar, we can't really attack. So we're just going to use our ability. We can get our Klink set up, and then we have a rare candy, but I think I need to stall a little bit further. I'll get a switch. Yeah, and then I can draw into more cards. Hopefully we can draw into a basic type Pokemon. Hopefully, let's see what we can get here. Let me just sacrifice these two. Okay, we have an Ultra Ball. Let's bump out their stadium, use it, and we discard a bunch of energies, which is not good. We discard these two, and then I think I'll get Radiant Serena. I'm gonna heal, and then what I'm gonna do is, yeah, let's fully heal our Regidrago VStar with Radiant Serena, and then sacrifice it. Hopefully they don't have a boss here, and the most that they can deal is 270 damage with a full bench. However, if they have a choice belt, they could just knock out our Regidrago VStar. But with that said, if they don't have any means to gust our Regidrago VStar in the active spot, we can evolve into Klinklang, and then fully energize our Regidrago VStar, use Professor's Research, and then go from there. I wish I had another Regidrago V so I can just put the other energies onto it, but we'll just go with what we have here, guys. So I'm just gonna energize or evolve into our Klinklang, get as much energies as we can to our Regidrago VStar, and we can use Garchomp's ability anyway, or attack. So we'll have to discard a few energies when we want to hit our opponent's bench. And speaking of, we actually got a Garchomp, and then I can start energizing one of my other Regidrago Vs that we pulled from our Professor's Research. So I'm just gonna use Latias's attack, and it deals 70 damage, but it will nullify any attack damage, or attack damage by their VMAX will have no effect, or it will not deal any damage to our Regidrago VStar. So that's really good. Not only are we dealing chip damage to their Eternatus VMAX, but the chip damage will allow us to knock it out. And then, because it has a lot of HP, 340 HP is a lot. So we survive an attack, which is really good. I can just continue to energize. I don't know if I want to use Pokestop because we're running out of cards. So I think I'm just going to use Dyna Barrier one more time, and we can knock out this Eternatus VMAX on our next turn. Okay, they're going to attack with Obstagoon for 90 damage. Get rid of this. And ooh, okay, we have Ordinary Rod. That's good. We can recover more cards from our discard pile, so we're not gonna deck out that easily. And then we can fully energize our other Regidrago. We can attack with that as well. So I think what I'm gonna do here is, if I finish off that Eternatus VMAX, we can actually force them to discard their cards in their bench. So I'm just gonna use Ordinary Rod since we got it with our Pokestop anyways, and I'm just gonna recover Regidrago VStar and also Radiant Serena, and also 2 grass energies, which will fully energize our other Regidrago. So let's go ahead and just use Sonic Strike, I think. And we're just going to deal that finishing blow against their Eternatus VMAX. But we do have to discard 3 energies from our active. And since they don't have any other Eternatus VMAX set up, that forces them to discard the cards on their bench because Eternatus' ability is the one that expands the bench, right? So we got Appleton, we got Boss Order, and Peony from our prizes, which is really good. But now that leaves our Regidrago VStar open. And they're just going to attack with Obstagoon. Okay. If they attacked with their Moltres, we could have died. But thankfully, we got our Radiant Serena, so we can just continue to heal a little bit at a time, which is good. But we don't have any energies here to attack yet, so we might have to wait a few turns. So I'm just gonna gust this Galarian Moltres V in the active spot. Hopefully they won't be able to attack us. And I'm just going to switch my Klinklang in the active spot. And hopefully we can survive a turn here while waiting for those energies to come. You can use energy switch if they have an energy in their hand. Oh, 2 energy switch. Okay. So as long as they don't have a boss. Okay, they knock out my Klinklang. But we need to get an energy here. If we don't, we're pretty much dead. Okay, we got it. Nice. We got the grass energy. And I think I'm just gonna attack with it's available to us. We don't have Duraludon's attack here. I mean, I could hit it with Rolling Iron. We can still knock out their Galarian Moltres V. Get 2 prizes for that, and then we got 80 defense. I doubt we're gonna survive an attack here, especially if they attack with a Moltres, but they don't have anything energized, so Obstagoon is the only one with a fully energized to attack, and it's only hitting for 10 damage. Nice. So that's it. Apex attack, and then we're just gonna deal that finishing blow to knock out their Obstagoon for the win. Alright, moving on to our next match. Again, we go first, and we're gonna mulligan again. Okay, we have Snorlax. That's definitely gonna go in the active spot, and we have Serena to heal, and I think we could put it on the bench actually. Anyways, we need to thin out our hand. That way we can draw extra cards this turn. And let's go ahead and put our Pokestop. We can use that. And we didn't really get anything. I could attach an energy on Serena. I'm just going to Gormandize. Alright, so let's see where that takes us. We got 2 rare candies and Evolution Incense. What we don't have is a Klink. And also we don't have a Regidrago V. But they are going to Marnie us, which I don't really mind. Because the cards in our hand is really not what we need right now. Okay, we got a Regidrago V. That's a good start. And yeah, we can use our Pokestop. Hopefully we can have access to a Klink. And then we can just continue to Gormandize, draw extra cards that way. So we're going against a Blissey V deck, and Appleton is actually gonna shine in this matchup. Appleton, yeah. Okay, we got a Quick Ball and an Ultra Ball. That's really good. So we can set up our Klink. Let's get rid of this. I don't think Big Parasol is gonna be helpful in this matchup. Alright, cool. And the Tool Jammer might help us actually lower Blissey V's attack as well. I'm just gonna heal Snorlax. Now that it's gonna survive an attack, I'm just gonna boss their other Blissey V, and we're just gonna Gormandite. So we have two. We have access to 2 Regidrago V. We have Rare Candy. And we also have Klinklang to evolve. So now we can fully energize one of our Regidrago V. And we also have Ultra Ball to evolve into a Regidrago VStar. So we can start attacking as early as our next turn. Which is pretty incredible actually. And that's what I mean with this Klinklang version of this Regidrago VStar. It might seem scary to use, but for the most part, actually, if you can set up your Klink, there's a lot of ways that you can get all the required cards that you need to evolve into a Klinklang, fully energize your Regidrago VStar. And they're also using Yveltal, but that discards special energies, which we don't really care about. We're not using any special energies in this deck. And so now we have one Regidrago VStar fully evolved. We can evolve into our Klinklang. We can use its ability now to fully energize one of our Regidrago VStar. And we haven't even used our VStar ability yet. Let's heal our Snorlax. We got a Quick Ball. We don't have our Appleton yet, but I can scoop this Klinklang, because if we have access to another Rare Candy, we can use its ability again to fully evolve another Regidrago VStar. So I think I will have to use Legacy Star here. Hopefully we can get that. We can actually get this Rare Candy right now. And yeah, let's get this Evolution Incense. Then we can have access to Appleton. Yes, there it is, Appleton, and we can discard that with our Quick Ball, and then we can grab our Cricketune. That can help us draw extra cards if we need to, but for now we can what attack can we? I mean, we could use Hisuian Gudra's attack for now, because we can't really knock out this guy just yet. So Rolling Iron for now, 200 damage, 80 defense. So either one of their Blissey V can actually deal a lot of damage to our Regidrago VStar at this point because of the defense. But the more energies they have on their Blissey V, the more deadly our attack will be as well. So put this in principle against Lugia VStar, which, you know, you guys are probably sick of seeing, but, you know, this is a pretty good showcase as well when going against a Pokemon, or at least a matchup that focuses itself on using special energies in their deck. So Blissey V, of course, counts on how many special energies are attached to their Blissey V. Avery, I think I can get rid of Snorlax. Don't really need that anymore. Okay, they're adding more energies to their other Blissey V. And even with that Cape of Toughness, as long as we have Tool Jammer, we might be able to... It's not going to help them have that HP, basically. So now that we can fully evolve into our Klinklang again, we can energize... Yeah, I mean, I can get this Fire Energy as well, because we can attack again using Garchomp's attack. But for now, I'm just gonna energize Serena. We can attack with it, Serena as well. I have never used Serena to attack before, so this might be the game for it, but we'll see. So Apex Dragon, and we're just gonna knock out this Blissey V in the active spot using Rolling Iron, again with that 80 defense. And this Blissey V doesn't have a lot of energies on it just yet, so it's not gonna hit for a lot of damage. But on our next turn, once they attach those special energies onto it, then we can pretty much one-hit knock it out, thanks to Appleton's attack. So I think when you are putting together a Regidrago, oh, they're gonna boss my other Regidrago V though. But it's only gonna deal 160 damage. That is okay. We can just switch into our other Regidrago VStar, and then can knock out this Blissey V. Yeah, so let's do that. Apex Dragon, and we're just gonna use Thick Mucus. And we are dealing 490 damage. 490 damage. That's crazy. Well, yeah, if you like special energies, guys, think about it. You're going against Regidrago VStar, and they happen to have Appleton in their deck. Then watch out, you pretty much lose the game. But I mean, if you're using a single pricer build, you're losing one price at a time, maybe, but that's another story, right? They're gonna Marnie. Okay, we got Tool Jammer and also an evolution for our Regidrago V. So yeah, it looks like this game is in the bag, guys. All we need to do is knock out their Blissey V, and that's gonna be game. So they're gonna attack, they're gonna put more special energies. They're not gonna deal enough damage to our Regidrago VStar. They have Hyper Potion, healing and whatever, but that's not gonna help them because we're just gonna one-hit knock out this Blissey V. And they don't have Cape of Toughness. And even if they did, we have Tool Jammer. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thick Mucus for a knockout. 280 damage for the win. Good game. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.